What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 7 harmless British words Americans might find rude.
Interesting.
So this is going to be words we use.
That they might find rude.
Yeah.
Like chav. I feel like they're going to find that rude.
That is kind of rude in the UK. Calling someone a chav.
Yeah, it is actually.
That is a rude stereotype. Yes, some people embrace it, but I feel like you don't want to. Not that you don't want to be a chav, but if someone's calling someone a chav, 90% of the time they're trying to belittle them or something like that. You know, or say you're less than me, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's just rude in both countries, I guess. Let us know. Yeah. Have you ever used chav, or do you know what chav means?
Yeah, I don't know if they do.
I don't know either. See, I don't actually know what words these could be because I guess they're not rude for us.
Yeah.
We're going to find out though. Smash that button, smash the subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed 2 videos yesterday. Hopefully 2 videos again today, at least this one. And you ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
Let's go. What we got? 7 harmless British words Americans might find rude. What we got?
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to words.
Yeah.
Specifically, words that are used commonly in one country that might be considered filthy in the other. And before we dive into those, apologies in advance to my mum, my former teachers, and the British Embassy. This is just one of those videos that my subscribers have been asking me to do for ages, so if you're going to blame anybody, blame them. Oh, and if you yourself are not yet subscribed to this channel, do that now.
Same here. Would appreciate lots
in the meantime, here is part 1 of a 2-part series in which I look at words that might make residents of the other country go a little red in the face.
Tidbit.
And the first word that we're pulling out today is tidbit.
What does that even mean?
Okay. Oh, I'll give you this little tidbit. A little bit of information. There's a tidbit of information here.
I feel like I've heard your mum say that, or your stepdad about, I'll give the dog a little tidbit.
Oh.
Like a piece of food.
You mean like a treat?
No. Like, I've given them the tidbit.
Like a leftover. Okay. I just said tidbit would be.
I feel like that's what I thought.
A bit of information, a bit of knowledge, a little tidbit.
I thought it's like, I feel like your stepdad's definitely gone, oh, your mum's gone, don't give the dogs food. And he's gone, oh, it's just a little bit of tidbit.
Oh, maybe it is that. I mean, we can't even decide what this word is.
I mean, I don't use that word ever.
I can understand why people think it's rude.
Yeah.
The first 3 letters is the main reason, isn't it?
Basically, titbit, which for those of you wondering rhymes with Fitbit, is an alternate spelling of what Americans would know as tidbit. And it's funny this because the word tit used to mean small and not what you're thinking of. And on this subject, I often hear British people saying things like, why did America change it? Well, it turns out they didn't. Tidbit is how we used to say it in Britain, and at some point in the past, we substituted a D for a T, which is something that happens commonly. This English language phenomenon in which the letter T is pronounced as a D in the middle of words is known as T-flapping. T-flapping is especially common in American English, where speakers overwhelmingly pronounce butter as butter. However, as part of the gradual Americanization of British English, T-flapping has popped up a lot in recent years in Britain. In fact, the...
You know what? While we were listening to Lawrence then, I thought I'd just search it, because it was actually winding me up a little bit, what a tidbit means. So, who do you think's right out of me and you?
Well, I'm guessing by your cocky superior, that maybe is you.
Both of us.
Oh.
So the first one, I read the first, I thought,
you sat there like someone on your throne. Like...
No, I read the first bit, and I thought, I've got it wrong. A small piece of tasty food. But also the next one, a small or particularly interesting item of gossip or information.
The whole idea is it's a small piece of
something. A small piece of something, definitely. So we were both right, pretty much.
Yeah. You just looked really like... You portrayed as you were right, so you made me think then.
Yeah, but I was just being happy.
Actually,
I was just being happy, you see?
I think A comes before B, so.
amount of British YouTubers I've heard recently pronouncing the word little as little is ironically large. Also, now that I've said it out loud a few times, T-flapping definitely belongs on a list of linguistic words that normies would find filthy. I'll be dropping that on my OnlyFans. Anyway, back to the whole titbit versus tidbit thing. Britain did whatever the exact opposite of T-flapping is and settled on titbit. America either didn't get that memo or didn't care. Although an American stage director of mine did care when I said it the British way. You can't say that, dude. There are kids in the audience. Next in line, you may occasionally hear British people from the past.
You know?
Yeah, but you can keep your pecker up sounds madness.
Oh, yeah, I've never...
It's the guy saying it.
Oh, definitely. I've never used that sentence in my life.
No, I don't.
I've never heard it either.
I've never heard anyone say that either in England.
But I guess the meaning, your beak, your head, keep your head up.
Nose up.
Yeah, nose. Just keep your head up, I guess, in
From
general.
the past, say the phrase, keep your pecker up, it's going to be all right, right? And that's not some weird
your chin
foreplay. In fact, really, it's just another way of saying, keep calm and carry on. Except here in America, and broadly in English in general, the word pecker doesn't just mean a bird that does this. It also means a man's third leg? I don't know how to not get demonetized. And so clearly,
I feel like
if I
just
use
saying
the
a
phrase
penis is
keep your
fine.
pecker up to an American, I might
Is it not? That's
There's no point
terrible.
risking it.
Okay, pee-pee.
It's too late now. Well, it was nice and early monetization.
face a lawsuit. Actually, the same is definitely true of this. In Britain, it is not uncommon for us to say, I stroked the dog.
Yeah.
In fact, I never knew another phrase for this, and you're probably thinking, Lawrence, what does
Did I
it
say
mean
petted?
to stroke the
Probably.
dog? Well, thankfully, it doesn't mean what you think it means, you weird little... It just means to do this. To your animal.
Yep.
Across its fur. And make it feel nice. And this is a word difference that I wish I'd known before moving in with my in-laws who had 3 dogs at the time. And I remember the first time that I said to them, do you mind if I stroke the dog? I could
Yes.
see the cogs turning in their heads, and I don't know what they were thinking, but it was probably along the lines of, what is the phone number to the Department of Homeland Security? Anyway, to stroke the dog is another way of saying the American English phrase, to pet the dog.
I mean, that must have been a weird... If he'd been like, oh, can I stroke him? And then, like, the father-in-law's there as well.
Yeah,
I remember looking like,
pet, yeah.
talking about the dog? Are you talking about him? Or what is going on?
Yeah, I feel like we all say, oh, do you mind if I stroke your dog?
Yeah, or like just him or
I don't think,
whatever.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, can I pet your dog?
I may have heard it, but it's less common, isn't it? A stroke is definitely a lot more common. Poppycock, what?
Pet the dog.
Isn't this like
At
the
some
American
point in the
popcorn?
past, it was decided that the word
yeah.
poppycock is a word entirely exclusive to Britain. But that itself is poppycock, because the word is widely believed to have originated in the United States.
Okay.
In fact, the word meaning utter rubbish or baloney
Oh,
was
wow.
brought to
Never
these
used it.
shores
Never
by
heard of it.
Dutch settlers. It is derived from their word poppycock, meaning literally soft dung. So when someone says, what a load of poppycock, the American use of horse is a viable synonym in more ways than one. With that quick disclaimer out of the way, you barely hear the word in America today. However, in Britain, it persists. And so if
Never
I were
heard
to
it.
use this
No.
word around Americans, they'd either giggle at me because, well, it contains the word cock, or because it sounds like a quaint British word. Lawrence, go stand in the corner and talk poppycock to me all day. Which, as
That
it
was a
happens,
good
is something that
accent.
I'm highly skilled at.
That was very good.
It's not enough that we have the word titbit, we have to find other harmless ways of incorporating the word tit into our words and phrases. In this case, the word tit is used in a context that Americans might actually know well. That is tit, as in the type of bird.
Oh,
Indeed,
wow.
the United States is home to 5 species of titmouse: the tufted, the black-crested, the oak, the juniper, and the bridled titmouse. Whoever named that
got the
last one knew
blue
what they were
tit, no?
doing.
I don't know. I thought it was going to go down the route of like people just calling other people a tit.
Yeah, people do say that.
Oh, don't be a tit. Like, don't be silly. Don't be annoying. Don't be stuff like that. I guess, but obviously not. We're going down animals, which I didn't know were called tits.
Blue tits.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've heard of it. Like,
I
yeah. I'm on my lunch as well. I get a pass for forgetting things. Maybe not. Probably not.
No.
America doesn't have is the Great Tit, unless we're talking about my wife's cousin Chad. The Great Tit, which is also not a large hill with an igloo
Oh,
on
Chad.
top, is a type of bird found not just throughout Britain, but much of Europe. So laugh at this bird all you want, but just remember this: it can fly. What can you do?
True.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Banger,
the word
yeah.
banger. It can mean so many.
That is used all the
That is
time.
a banger.
Oh, like what a
That
bang.
is a banging
Like
word.
we will say, if we've really enjoyed a video, we
What a
maybe
banger.
oh, that was a banging video. That video banged.
That is a banger.
Yeah.
Or that dinner was a banger.
Oh yeah, banger is used a lot in it.
Those ribs.
It's just
were
incredibly
banging.
good. Again, let us know if you use any of these words.
It's like amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Many things, and on either side of the pond. In both Britain and America, I've heard the word banger used to describe an old
Yeah.
clunky car. But
Yeah,
in Britain,
okay.
it has multiple uses. For
Yeah.
instance, a banger can also be a very loud firework. It
Yeah.
can also be a sausage, and believe it or not, that is not
Yeah,
a
bangers and mash.
euphemism. Which probably
bangers and mash,
explains why
yeah.
the odd, sometimes very odd American will ask me, what are the smutty origins of the UK dish bangers and mash? Well, hold your horses, because this has nothing to do with rumpy pumpy. In fact, the word banger in this context is thought to date back to World War I. The story goes that due to supply shortages, sausages had to be prepared with different filler to what is normal. And this, which mostly consisted of water, is said to have caused the sausages to explode. This still feels like a euphemism. And
Yeah.
finally, rubber. Now, first,
Eraser, I guess you call it.
Yeah, you guys got away.
Well, not just that. Rubber, we say like things are rubber elastic and rubber bands.
Yeah, true. Not all just the material rubber as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
But like say, most of the time, I'm talking about an eraser. I guess what you guys call an eraser. And then obviously you guys think it's what we would call a Johnny or something like that. I guess.
I'd never call it that.
Yeah, but that is a word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I should clarify that nobody has a problem talking about rubber, the material. Both countries do that in equal measure.
Oh,
It's
okay.
when we're talking about what Americans refer to as an eraser that things get dicey. Because while a rubber is what we call this in Britain, that very same phrasing can be used in the United States to mean protective clothing for your third leg. Can we say condom? Well, thankfully, this is not a faux pas that I run into very often,
clothing.
because I haven't used a rubber since 1998. Yes, the stationery.
Ah.
So suffice to
okay.
say that my heart goes out to all of the British teachers working in America. Being British in America is a weird experience. You encounter a
imagine.
lot of cultural differences, and as I've pointed out on this channel many times, this often includes word differences. And sometimes these word differences can leave you embarrassed, such as the words on this list, but also filthy place names like Intercourse, Pennsylvania, or Spittle in the Street, Lincolnshire. Therefore, when visiting the other country, it's important to be mindful about the words you use. Or don't, and see what happens. Coming soon is part 2 in this series, in which I look at American words that the British might find a little bit rude. To whet
That'll be good. I look forward to that one.
That was interesting.
Lawrence has links in the description if you want to watch that video when it comes out before we react to it. But watch our reaction to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's about watching your words when you go to America because you don't know what words could be rude.
Yeah, I
it's
feel like
hard
it's
to know
because
what
you're
to
just
say.
Speaking.
I suppose tit is an obvious one because you can make the connection. But like rubber, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Smash that button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good.
That was a banger.
That was a banger.
Smash that button, smash subscribe button, check out Launch in the description and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.